Hi guys, for today's video I'm going to be doing a drugstore affordable makeup tutorial, or a back to school look if you are in school. It's really simple, basic, it's kind of my look that I do all the time but using drugstore products. So be prepared to see me with no makeup on now. Okay, looking slightly worse for wear with no makeup on, but I'm going to get started by using a primer, and this is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. It's new and I really like it because it's like a white cream. It's not too silicone-y, which I don't really like, and a lot of drugstore primers are really kind of slippy. This is really nice, it feels quite moisturising. So I'm just going to rub that all into my skin. The nice thing about this primer is it dries quite quickly as well. It doesn't feel too wet, which my Laura Mercier one does feel quite wet. You have to wait for it to dry a bit. For foundation I'm going to use my Rimmel Match Perfection, and I got the shade True Ivory in the end, and my Real Techniques buffing brush. One pump gives you quite a lot, so I'm just going to use one pump and spread it all over my face. Then using the buffing brush to just buff in circular motions, and make sure you go down into your neck as well. This feels really nice and light, this foundation. I think this colour finally is a good colour match for me. It was such a pain trying to find the right colour. I think True Ivory is the less pink toned of the ivories. It's more of like a yellow or neutral base. So you can see the foundation looks quite natural, but it's got good coverage as well. So once that's blended in all the way around the edges, I'm then gonna conceal. I'm going to use the Soap & Glory Kick-Ass Concealer because I really like this. There's a powder to set it, but there's also two different shades. So I'm going to use the pinkier one for under my eyes, and just using my finger because it's really creamy. I'm just going to dab that under my eyes. Because it's slightly pinky, it will help with any dark circles. Because it's quite creamy, you have to kind of keep layering it until you get the coverage you need. And I'm going to use the other concealer that's a bit more green for any red blemishes, so chin, around my nose, and the green in it cancels out any red. It's really easy to blend with your finger because it's so creamy. I really like this concealer. Around my nose. I always get a red nose, so I'm taking it a little bit on my nose as well. So once I've done all the concealing, I'm going to use the powder that's in the top of this concealer and just set it. Because it is quite creamy, it can move around. But this is a nice translucent powder, so it doesn't add any coverage, it just sets everything in place. I'm also going to put a little bit on my forehead in case I get a little bit shiny. I love this powder, I have the full size, it's really nice. Okay, next I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer because I'm looking a little bit pale, and I'm going to use the Soap & Glory Solar Powder, which is absolutely lovely. I love this, it's got like two different shades, so I just swirl my brush around together and it gives a really nice like natural glow. I just do it to my cheekbones, down my neck and up to my temples. I really like this bronzer, it reminds me of NARS Laguna. It's not too orange, but it still shows up on the skin. Bronzer's done, so I'm going to use a bit of highlighter and another Soap & Glory product. I know I've talked about Soap & Glory a lot, but I love their makeup. And this is their Glow All Out, which is a really pretty peachy highlighter. So I'm just going to put that on tops of my cheekbones. For blush, I'm going to use my Gosh blusher in Flower Power. This is a really pretty, easy to wear pink. So I'm just going to take a little bit, put it on the back of my hand because it's quite bright. And up to the tops of my cheeks. I really love this blusher, I've been wearing it like every day this month. I'm not really going to do my brows, I'm just going to use a spoolie and a cheap hairspray and just spray the hairspray onto the spoolie and then just brush that through my brows. And that will just keep all the hairs in place. I can't do this, there you go. This is a really good like cheap alternative if you don't have a brow set gel. This works just as well, if not better. For eyeshadow, I'm going to use the Max Factor Golden Bronze, which is a really pretty eyeshadow. It's very much like MAC Sober. It's like a kind of yellowy golden, and it's so nice just to wear by itself. So I'm just going to put that all over the lid using a blending brush. This is actually, this might be a Zoeva brush, but number 7 do a really good blending brush that you can get in Boots. Just sweeping that all over the lid. You shouldn't really need to, but if you feel like the edges need to be blended, just take a big fluffy brush and blend the edges. And then take a smaller brush and use that same shade underneath the eye. I really like this kind of light brown under the eye. It's very kind of Mary-Kate Olsen. Now the shadow is done, I'm going to use a bit of brown eyeliner, and this is the L'Oreal Colour Riche Le Col, and these are really nice, easy to blend, but not too creamy that they kind of move around on your lid. So I'm just going to run that along the upper lash line, quite close to the lashes. I don't want anything too dramatic. Okay, eyeliner's done, just a really soft black brown line, and now for mascara I'm going to use, I think this is new, it's from Maybelline, it's the Falsies Big Eyes. So it's like the Falsies, but it's got an upper lash brush and a lower lash brush. So let's use the upper one first, which is this end. I think it might be slightly smaller than the original Falsies, but let's give it a go. Yeah, it still gives really good length and volume very quickly. Do you like this mascara? I'm not going to put too much on though. This is a really kind of natural, everyday look. Yeah, this is a really nice mascara actually. It's good if you like to do your lower lashes, because the original Falsies is probably too big to use on your lower lashes. So you don't have to put on your lower lashes, but I'm going to just do it for the purpose of trying this mascara. So the other end is a much smaller brush, and you can just run that on your lower lashes. Okay, so finally for lips, I have really sore chapped lips at the moment, so as much as I would have loved to do like a bold lip for you guys, I'm going to use my Revlon Berry Smoothie Lip Butter, because I know it's moisturising and it won't damage my lips any more than they already are damaged. So I'm just going to use that. It's a really nice, like, everyday My Lips But Better colour. I love this lip product. I wear this all the time. It's very nice and moisturising and looks really natural. So this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed seeing a drugstore kind of cheaper alternative makeup tutorial, and if you are in school then maybe this has given you some inspiration for a back to school makeup kind of look. My next video is going to be January hits and misses, so products I have loved this month and products that have disappointed me this month, and I'll see you guys then. Please thumbs up this video if you liked it, and see you soon. Bye. We're going to meet Keisha. We are going to a place called Burger & Co, which is a burger place that I haven't yet visited. I've been to